What is up, Panhandle? Friday night, 7:30. You know what that means. It is time. It is time for the Panhandle Fishing Report.
Welcome to
Yeah.
Friday, baby.
If you guys are just tuning in, this is your first time. I'm Mike Smith, Smitty. I run Smitty Surf Fishing, and my co-host is
Hey, Brian Demo, Finding Demo Surf Fishing Podcast. Welcome to the show, everybody. Hope you got your drinks. Smitty's got himself a little something fun going there.
Yeah.
Darkness happy going.
Yeah, tonight is little Junction 35. This is bottled up in Gatlinburg area of Tennessee. Little straight Kentucky bourbon. Well, not really if it's in Tennessee, so it's just straight bourbon whiskey. I can't call it the Kentucky bourbon, but yeah, that's what we're hitting tonight. So, and then we're gonna talk fishing. We got some captains and guides back with us this week. We got Captain Thomas from Flat Spot Charter out there in Panama City, and we got a special guest tonight with us on our surf fishing report. We got Mr. Dylan Wier from Gulf Coast Nation. That's right. All that shark talk we had last week, we figured we'd go out and get an expert on with us this week. So Dylan was kind enough to come on and join us tonight. So we'll be bringing him up here a little later.
Oh, yeah. 30th birthday. I wish, Tony. I wish I was still 30, but thank you guys for the birthday wishes. Yesterday is my birthday. I've turned a very sexy 41. Never 41 in my life. I can still touch my toes. Wow. I know. I'm young, man.
You're a young pup.
I'm just growing into my lower portion. Jacob, how you doing? Good to see you, Frank. Thank you.
What is going on? Yeah, everybody jumping in. That is awesome.
Yeah, Chris Florence.
All right.
Chris Florence and Kaylin, hello.
Yeah.
Blame Mark Burford. Good evening. And I know we have something to talk about there tonight. That is something to go over eventually.
Mr. Burford, thanks for joining us. Appreciate it.
41, you old bro. I mean, I feel old. Let's be honest. I mean, hell, I'm drinking coffee at 7:30 at night. I'm getting up there.
Yeah, you getting to that age, you almost time to go to bed, isn't it? It's
another after we're done. I mean, I'm not saying I'm not going to go crawling to bed after this. But, I mean, the thought is there.
That's awesome. Well, man, it's been a slow week. I haven't gotten out at all. We're in the middle of a bathroom renovation, and it's been tough. And it's after the holidays. Like I'd love to get out and fish, but I honestly I like being warm. I like sitting in my house. I like looking at fishing gear on the internet. I mean, that's the way it's been the last week.
Yeah, and I mean, across the board, I've seen through the Panhandle Surf Fishing page, we've had a lot of good posts, but not a lot of reports on catching. Not to say it's not happening. It is getting through, but yeah, the weather's definitely been a factor. We've had a really good cold snap that came through, which is dropping our temperatures. That shock is going to cause a few issues with some of the fish running around. I'm sure that's going to play in. We had a big shift in the wind from south to north, and we had a west for a little bit. And then yesterday we had the rain on and off a little bit there. So yeah, the funkiness of the weather is definitely going to play into the fishing. Kaylin, did we get snow? Oh, the only snow we get here is on the beach, and it's white powder sand.
But I will say, we did get snow one night. It was posted by the Okaloosa County Sheriff's Department. One of their deputies was in the Lowe's parking lot at like 3 a.m, and there were flurries coming down. Nothing stuck, but yeah, what was he doing in the parking lot at 3 a.m?
Mr. Speed Trap.
Yeah,
well played.
That's odd.
But yeah, it's closest we get. Frank, Kahlua in the coffee. It might have to lighten it up a little. Have to go with something probably.
There you go. Yeah, weather's been crazy. But and I don't even think it's supposed to get much warmer. Let's pull that up real quick. Share screen.
Sleeping in cars.
Tab.
Did that a long time ago, man. It's sleeping in the car. Ooh. And you can do it. Nowadays it hurts though. It's like, spent so much time.
Yeah. Yep. Okay. So we get it?
This is going to be a good one for you. I'll definitely see. Thanks, Tom.
Saturday, 65, light east wind. That's not too bad. 8.
Nope. Here it comes. Right.
Sunday, there. Thunderstorms. Yep. And then it'll stay in the 50s, high 50s, but still. these are the days I'm looking for. I'm going to try to get out and drop some baits on Monday and Tuesday with those north winds. That's great for me with the dropping the baits with the RC fishing surfer, getting it out there. It's got to be calm and flat. I mean, that thing does have limitations, but it doesn't look too bad next week.
No, and I think we're really finally getting into the quote unquote winter fishery. You know, the weather again playing a factor, but the water temperature dropping is definitely giving us the new back to where we expected to be. Probably, I'd say last month. We expected our threshold to definitely come down, but it hadn't. So now I think we're going to be seeing that a little bit more. But hey, the ones that I did see, I got out last week. I haven't got out yet, but last week, caught some pompano.
Yeah.
I know I saw one post for the Gulf Breeze Bay
bait and tackle.
Thank you. I'm like, wow, I can't say these words. Bait and tackle pompano tournament is going right now, and it did have an official weigh-in yesterday of a 2.9, almost 3-pound pompano. So that's a good way to open up the competition with a good solid fish. So hey, if you haven't signed up yet, don't forget to go sign up for that. It's going to be a good one in this zone. A really good tournament. Jerry, if you're listening, which you're probably not, because we all know you're friggin' pro of pros, and we all want to learn how you do this. We got to get ready to try to stack the deck against Jerry and give him some extra work for competition this year, because the man can fish and he knows how to get them. So,
yeah, it's there was some large fish caught in January last year. I was going back and looking at the reports and stuff. Jack, my son Jack, was on the board for a little bit in the junior angler category with a nice 2.5 or 2.6 there. But there was already almost 4-pound pompano caught by the second week of January. It was crazy.
Yeah, Colby, the one that I bought. So the night I brought in a fish to weigh, Colby brought his in. And Colby was at the top of the leaderboard there for a while. I think he held on for 3-4 weeks. But his pompano was a huge slab of beef. I've never seen one personally that big before. So that was really impressive to see a fish that size, and it really kind of gave you that pause, like, all right, this is some serious fishing. I believe he said he caught his Bayside in Pensacola, if I remember correctly. But he explained it up pretty good. But yeah, there was some good fishing. And this year, nice new change. They added whiting to the tournament. So hey, we've had some amazing whiting this season. Big, wonderful looking fish. Pound and a half, 2-pounders. Real good size. People, I've caught a couple. I thought they were reds, but they're fighting great. So excellent ads. Great new things coming in here with that tournament. So again, if you haven't signed up yet, I highly recommend going. Even if you don't get in, supporting your local tackle shop. And who knows, you might win. I won last year one of the weeklies with I think it was a 2-pound pompano, and I won a weekly. So you never know when you can win. I got my buy-in back. So good stuff there. All right, where are we at next? I'm sorry, I don't have my show notes tonight.
No, it's all right, good man. No, I was gonna say I like going down there, even if I don't have anything to weigh in, just to walk around the store. I mean, I always buy something whenever I go in there. I can't not buy something when I go in there. So
isn't that how it happens whenever you walk into a tackle shop? I mean, you walk in and you're all, yeah, I need that. Salty.
What up, Mr. McCrory? What's up, buddy? So I'm in the market for some reels, and I have some in mind that I want to pick up. And so I actually went to Half Hitch here in Navarre and just kind of did some comparison shopping. They were like, what do you want to pick up today? What do you want to get? And I'm like, honestly, I just want to hold a couple.
I just want to
see. I just want to see the size comparisons. I want to see, I just want to see the weight, what it's going to feel like, all that other stuff. They just kind of looked at me funny, like, seriously? I'm like, look, dude,
this is a family show.
Yeah, no, that's true. Yeah. I got a phrasing, right? I got to watch what I say. Yeah. But yeah, it's they were kind of shocked. So yeah, I actually went in there and walked out, didn't spend any money, which was kind of odd. So
the shame. Ooh.
I know. I think I spent enough money in there for a little bit and about to spend some more. So
hey, it's 2022, man. All of our balances from last year are completely wiped.
I know.
We got Amber expects us to make sure our friend dues are paid.
Yeah, that's true.
We've got plenty of gear, but it's been fun going into all these ones. Yakking with Jack. What up, buddy?
Yeah.
Good evening.
What's up, Mr. Moran?
So, they've had some. The worst part that they ran into, it seemed like this year, was the shortages again. It hit them pretty hard, but they're getting their stuff back, and they've been doing great with the networking piece. I know that they get everything in the Panama City, but you know, if you still want something with half hitch, if they don't have it in there, they can check the records and see where they have it, and they will move it shop to shop for you. Don't let that be a deterrent. It's the same thing. Emerald Coast Bait and Tackle, Gulf Breeze Bait and Tackle, Outcast. They'll find you the stuff. They want to find the gear for you. They want to help you. So don't be afraid to go in and ask about it. You know, what's the worst that happens? You have to wait a couple days. All right. Well,
exactly.
You do the same thing if you went to Amazon. So,
and I'd much rather support the local guys than order it off Amazon or through the big box store. So
all right.
All right, here we go. We went over weather. We did all that other stuff. Let's go ahead and bring on our inshore captain.
All
we got
right.
Captain Justin Thomas here.
I want it now.
Very American
of you, Jacob. I want it all. I want it now. I want it for free.
That's right. Want it now. Right. Captain Thomas, what's happening, buddy?
Great to be back.
Heck yeah. Back in the new year.
Hold on. What's going on the wall? I gotta look.
Let's see if something new got on the wall. Anything new got at it?
No. Oh, it looks about the same. Okay.
I hide all the good stuff. I don't let that
on. You don't put all that out. This is just
that stays in the closet.
That's sponsor stuff behind him in the wall. Like he's like, that's got to be in the picture. I'll get credit for it.
That's right.
Oh man, that's awesome. So what's been going on, buddy? What you been catching over there in Panama City?
So, this weather's been a little rough, you know, but I'm doing two things right now, and it all depends on if we get that wind. If we get that north wind, I am 100% guaranteed sight fishing off the beach. No ifs, ands, or buts. I'm up on the platform and I'm looking for schools of redfish. Nice. And speaking of that, I've seen a whole bunch of pompano out there just ripping by me.
Have you really?
Yep. Big
road trip.
Yeah. Yep. Let's like so
my boss can shove it. We're going.
Yeah.
Well, I ain't even messing with them. I just let them go. Them things are too fast for me.
But are we talking you come out of the past east or west, or it doesn't matter?
I've been fishing. Well, I've been on both sides.
Both sides?
Yeah, I've been on both sides. I've been switching it up, but
okay.
I mean, you just gotta I know a lot of people don't have a 5-foot, 4-foot platform, but I mean, a lot of them you could, you know, just get a cooler to stand on or something, and just something to give you a little elevation. But that wind, if it looks like you can surf, there ain't no point being out there.
Right.
You got to have that north wind to keep that surf down, which is, you know, opposite of what everybody hates north wind. Well, when we're sight fishing off the beach, we don't.
Yeah, because you're staying close enough. I know a lot of the offshore guys, and I had a friend of mine over here that does offshore stuff, and I was talking about how great north winds were for me for certain things, and he's like, I don't even go out. I can't. Yeah. I get so far out of the pass, and then it just gets ridiculously rough.
Yeah, it gets a little bumpy.
Yeah. So
and we're fishing in pretty tight to the sand, you know, you got get as close as you can without going over the breakers, you know, but that's basically where you want to be. And they're there. I didn't go out. I didn't go out today, but you know, it should be, you just got to time it between these fronts, you know?
Yeah.
Like if it's you're right in the middle of the front, yeah, it's probably a good day just to do some maintenance.
You're right.
You know, but anywhere in between them, you can catch them. You just got to watch the conditions. And if the north wind isn't there and the south is blowing hard, I've been staying in the bay and going up back in the bayous and finding trout. And the redfish are still, you know, they're up on some skinny stuff. But again, you got to look at them tides because the water will drop out on you in a hurry.
So when you're sight fishing out there, are you throwing hard, soft plastics? You throwing? I mean, you're not throwing chunks of cut bait,
paddle tail and a jig head.
Really?
Yep.
That's what I was wondering. How you were playing your game there?
Yeah, basic as it gets. You just just want to beef it up a little bit because those fish are bigger.
Right. So when you say like a 6-inch paddle tail or something smaller, or are you talking
no, you don't have
like
to
a
get
Z-Man or something?
You don't have to get that long with it. I mean, anywhere 4 to 5 inches, fine. I mean, like we're catching them on boats, just whatever we grabbed. You know, like if
Right.
you find them and they're chewing, they're not going to be super picky about that. The water's clean, so you don't need to throw any like hot pink or orange or anything. Just throw something that looks like a finger mullet or
Right.
anything that's natural and put it in front of their face and hang on.
So are you finding a lot of slots, or is it more of the bigger redfish, or is it just
like
any redfish?
There are some slots out there, but they're like 26.85 inches.
Right. Yeah.
You
A
know,
little
that's
too.
like,
Yeah.
yeah, most of them are
Too close for comfort.
over slot, and there's some, like, we've seen a few monsters out there that weren't interested, but I mean, easily over 40.
Yeah.
Wow.
And
All
you'll see where the 30 inchers, they kind of group up and there'll be like 20 of them or even more.
Mhm.
But when you find like just 2 or 3 that are creeping around by themselves, those are usually them big ones.
Yeah. Those
And
lone wolves.
they're a little smarter, but you can still catch them.
All right. Recommendation on retrieval?
All of them. Just watch what they're doing. Go slow until they start coming at it. And just kind of vary it throughout the day. Like if you're burning it and they like that better, keep doing that. I mean, a couple times we dead sticked it. They were chasing, we dead sticked it, then they just pick it up and take off. So you just gotta every single one of them is going to be different.
Huh. Yeah, just throw it out there and let it sit, and just kind of pop
Sometimes
it once.
they like it dead and sitting on the bottom.
Yeah, that's interesting. I'm interested in the pompano zipping by.
Yeah, I've seen a few groups of them, and I've never seen them in the water like cruising until last week. Them things are quick.
Oh yeah,
dude, them things are quick. Like I thought it was like just hardtails, but it was all pompano, and it was a big old group of them.
Wow,
cast net.
Were they?
Yeah.
Were they heading east or west? Because we need to be ready over here.
Tom wants to know too.
They were kind of like looking east, but then I spooked them and then they turned west. So I don't know if that helps you at all.
Thanks.
But
we appreciate you.
Yeah.
I think
they spook them all this way.
They just spooked. And they were just hanging out and then they just tore out. But
it's good to know that they're out there congregating in those areas. I mean, we always have residential fish that hang around and stuff, but it's good to know that there's still large concentrations of fish that may be hanging out.
there's a bunch of them. Getting them to bite a different story, right? But they weren't out like far. They were
50 yards or so from shore.
Yeah, 30 yards maybe.
Oh wow, there you go.
Tracking that short run, looking for the coquinas again.
Yeah, just like in that little ditch,
I think I can cast that far. I think
I don't know all the lingo with the surf fish and stuff. I just call it a ditch.
There you go. Trough.
Trough. That's it. Trough.
Chris Lohr asked a question here. What about casting direction in conjunction with the fish's traveling direction?
Lead them. Yep, lead them, and then you don't have to lead them by a mile, but you want it to just kind of go into their path, and you want to do that without leader tapping them. So if you cast and you get the bait in front of them, but your line got hung in the wind and you end up catching one on the fin with your leader or whatever, that's going to bust you. So yeah, you definitely want to lead them. I would say it doesn't have to be crazy, maybe 4 or 5 feet in front of them. It's not like you need to get it 20 yards in front of them and just hope they run into it. Just a little bit to where it's not something just jumping around the corner yelling at them,
Yeah, exactly.
No coming in there, Leroy Jenkins. Gotcha.
That's right.
That's right.
That's awesome. So it seems, a good pattern. So watching the fronts, getting out on a good north wind, this clear water, sight fishing them, and just going back to basics, throwing those that little paddle tails, anything that resembles a finger mullet or something like that. Kick that out there and just kind of watch the fish and let them tell you how they want it.
Yep, exactly. And if you
Nice.
got a bad wind, just go find a bayou that's 4 or 5 foot, look for some trout. And when you find one, I guarantee you he ain't the only one there.
Yeah, they're stacked up right now. I know over
And
here we have lots of canals
yep.
that run up into subdivisions and things like that, and they get up in there this time of year and just stack up in there to where
Yep.
you know you can't swing a dead cat without bringing in a trout.
That's right.
We need to do that then, because we're sucking at not doing that.
Well, I know in between, the kayak and the canoe and stuff, we need to get out there or just go over there and fish with
It's
Justin
fun.
and have him put us on some fish.
Not that. Anything but that.
Anything but a trip to Panama City and go catch redfish, right?
I tell you, when I'm going after trout right now and doing stuff like that, I only bring one rod and about 4 or 5 jerk baits and call it a day.
There you go. That's awesome.
All right.
Yeah, I remember those days when I had a boat and got out there and did that.
Hey, I'm surf fishing. Yeah. I'm just doing it from the opposite side.
There you go.
That's good stuff. All right, so Justin, how can people get in touch with you if they want to come out fishing with you?
Flat Spot Fishing, Flat Spot Charters on Facebook. Just message me. My phone number's on there. Pretty easy. I'll get right back to you. So
awesome.
Come on out. We'll have some fun.
Hey, fish awesome, man. He'll get you out there. So get on it while you can, people. I mean, slow times in the surf. Now's a real good time to get inshore. Real good time.
Absolutely. Awesome, Capt.
Don't call me if it's 27 degrees.
Oh. So he likes it warm too. Everybody likes to stay inside, keep it warm. Appreciate it, Captain. Great report.
No problem, guys. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, man. Later.
See you, bud.
That's awesome. Hearing reports like that they're stacked up, the pompano are stacked up, that gives me hope. Because I was thinking they were all gone.
I mean, you know what that means? If they're in Panama City and they're heading west, I mean, that just means Blake's going to catch them all.
Yeah. Everybody in 30A will catch them. And
yep, 30A.
We'll be like,
30A.
Yeah.
That's cursing them all day. That's good stuff right there. But hey, I can't. Yeah, that's good things right now, especially with the surf being slow. You can still fish. You can't. I hate to say it like this. Try not to be a one-trick pony. The surf is fun, absolutely, but we have so much water here and so many good opportunities to fish. We got bridges, we got the canals. You got the jetties too. You don't have to crawl all the rocks if you don't want to. You can get on to the other ones that are solid stone. There's still so much fishing to be had. So,
absolutely.
Get out there, have some fun with it. Trade it, change it up a little. Come back and take a look at this. Take a look at Panhandle Surf Fishing. Take a look at any of your areas, the fishing groups there, and there's lots of reports on where to go, what to use, and hey, you're gonna be successful. Don't forget to talk to your tackle shops. They'll let you know what's been biting and where.
Absolutely. Check out Coastal Angler magazine in your area. There are always great reports by some people you may know that'll help you out to get on the fish as well.
I mean, I'm going to use some phrasing here. Why are you always on top? I mean, I don't be on top.
That's good. Right. I'm just excited that they have both the surf fishing guys on the same page. You know what I mean? Like we get a page to ourselves.
We do.
If y'all don't know what we're talking about, Brian and I both write articles for the local Coastal Angler magazine. And for the last 2 months now, we've both been on the same page, which is pretty cool. It's like they know that we do this together. And then so they've like inseparable or dynamic duo. Is that what you said? Or
I can go with the dynamic duo.
Yeah.
Hey, Jacob, I can agree with that, actually. No JK. Jack is right. The bridges are hot. If you guys haven't taken a look at some of Jack's videos lately on Yakking with Jack, oh, man. Him and
Sean
Lawless of the Lawless Tide. Thank you. Yeah. They have just been dropping monster videos in the yaks out at the bridges, sheeps, big old reds. What else did I see?
Jack, I'm feeling for you on this one, man. As a fellow, and I'll say it, Redskin fan, I can't believe you got to wear a Dallas jersey. That hurts me, man. It hurts.
It's not a logo, it's a rating.
Says
the Patriots guy.
Mhm.
All righty. So, all right, ready to move on?
Yeah, who we got next?
All right, ladies and gentlemen. This week we are bringing to you from the surf, and we're also going to get a little bit of an offshore report this week from, that's right, Gulf Coast Nation. Welcome to the show, dude.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Dylan? Thanks. Welcome to the show, brother.
Yeah, I'm happy to be here. I've been watching a lot, so.
Well, we appreciate you, and we're always, dude, the last video you dropped, fire, but atomic. That was awesome.
Yeah, today's video, if y'all haven't seen it, go check it out on YouTube, Gulf Coast Nation. And I really hope it turns into a series. And a couple of your videos, like you kind of mentioned in the lead in to the video on an intro to shark fishing.
Right.
Last
It's
week
something we've talked about for a while. We've got a big whiteboard up on our wall back here, and when we started writing the script for the video, just kind of topics to cover, it was like we sat down and planned for 2-3 hours, and it was like, there's no way we're going to cover this. Like, there's just no way. And then I'm editing the video, and I'm like, 19 minutes, 24 minutes, 25 minutes. I was like, all right, maybe it's a series. So there's just so much details that you guys know. It's surf fishing the same way. There's, it's like when you step on the beach for the first time, it's like, okay, put a shrimp in the water. And then it's like the guy next to you is catching all these fish. You're like, what are you doing? Oh, well, I'm using these types of rigs with this float and this bait. That's how you get this bait. And then the next thing you know, you could talk to somebody for an hour and a half and just constantly dump knowledge. So I think that's something we're going to be doing soon. So
that is awesome.
Perfect, man. That's going to be good stuff. You guys are always putting out good information. For those of you, if you haven't heard it yet, we did a podcast with Gulf Coast Nation. They dropped a ton of actual super knowledge. So definitely go back and take a listen to that one. And it's been great, man. We've had so many things that you guys have produced on your videos through that one. Even just your Facebook posts have had so much knowledge and motivation behind it that you guys are just rocking it.
I appreciate it.
And that was a live video. You guys were on the beach.
We were live, man.
In the middle of your come out and fish with Gulf Coast Nation charter, I think, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, we did the open fish weekend. Yeah,
that was awesome. Did you get a big turnout for that?
Yeah, we got. I would say we saw 50 people on the beach throughout the weekend. Some came and went. The last night was really fun. Saturday we had a big group of guys and gals come out, and we ended up just staying up till 1 o'clock. We had some shark fishing guys come and just some people that wanted to hang out. So we had fans of the channel that just kind of want to watch and really don't care to be a part of the whole shark thing. And then we have guys who, had watched our channel for a while and wanted to learn. And we ended up just like the series we were talking about, is just, we ended up one question after another. Next thing you know, you were talking for 3 hours about one specific style of fishing. So it was fun for sure.
Right.
Yeah.
Awesome.
If you guys missed out on that one, if you ever get a chance, make sure you're following Gulf Coast Nation. So that way, if you see these events come back up, come check them out. The live event was wonderful. I mean, the amount of knowledge, but if you've ever thought about shark fishing and you're like, oh, I don't know what it's about, that was the perfect time to come out and see what is it about, and a good chance for you to be like, all right, hey, look, I need to book this.
We'll do it again for sure.
I like the way you brought up in the video that dropped today. If you're new to shark fishing, it's something that we didn't cover, but it makes a lot of sense. Right. If you're new to shark fishing, go out and get you a spinning tackle set up, and then get like 50 sharks under your belt before you go out there. Like, go ahead.
Oh, you're fine. That's the number one thing. We get that. We've had that from day one. As soon as we started being an influence in the shark fishing community and doing this full time, it was like message after message. How can I do it? I wanted to do this because, of course, it's like, in my mind, shark fishing is kind of like the bull riding, right, of fishing and certain sorts. A lot of people don't want to do it, but who doesn't want to watch somebody go wrestle a shark? Who doesn't watch somebody get thrown off a bull? So there's a lot of people who have intrigue into it, and there's an appropriate way to get into the sport, and there's a non-appropriate way, and it's kind of different. If you think about it as a whole, shark fishing, if you walk up to a big crowd of people and there's 10,000 people and you say, I'm going to go catch a shark, some people are going to go, holy cow, I want to watch. Some people are going to go, holy cow, let me come with you and help. And then some people are going to go, leave the sharks alone. You have that whole side. And so you can't please everybody. That's never the thing. But you need to get in appropriately as possible, because if you do go into the sport with improper gear, improper practices, fishing in the middle of July, in the middle of the daytime, bringing in a 10-foot tiger in the middle of swimmers and kids. I mean, just there's so much that can go wrong without, and it's not really like you can't fault the fisherman as much. I wouldn't say like if somebody did that new, I wouldn't say, man, you're such a moron. I would say, man, I'm a moron because I know and I'm not sharing the knowledge. So if we have the ability to share the knowledge. It's our job to educate because how would you know? I started, and when I started, I tell you what, there's some embarrassing things that I could tell you guys when it was just like, what are you doing? Like you look back and it's like, of course that wasn't smart, but we know now. So it's our job to help educate the new people in the sport so the sport can thrive and be good and stay for a long time and we can keep doing what we're doing. And then also we want people to be successful. So that's the goal.
Absolutely. And in the end, it's safety of the angler, but safety more so of the shark, because you talked about the improper gear and things like that. And some of the folks that'll get on and like, oh, I fought the shark for 2 hours. Well, that's not nothing you want to thumbs up about, because it's like, that's bad. That's bad for the shark. And it's bad for the industry, as a whole. So that's you're absolutely right. Putting out that knowledge, making sure that folks know it and get into it the right way is so important.
Yes, sir. Yeah, for sure.
All right. So what you got for us on a report? What have you seen so far in the surf?
All right. Well, surf wise, we've been bouncing back and forth. You guys kind of covered it earlier. This winter has had me just like shaking my head so much. I'm in a sweatshirt today and I'm in a t-shirt and shorts tomorrow. And it's been so up and down. Honestly, shark fishing wise and for surf fishing wise, like you guys talked about, the weather fluctuation does help. Obviously, instead of like a traditional winter here would be, just like a pretty cool, highs of 50s, lows of 35, 40s, and you get north winds and sometimes it switch out of the east or out of the west. But now we're getting south winds and 8-foot waves and 75, 80-degree days. And then you go down to like 30 degrees and 34 degrees and north winds. And so basically from the surf, what we're seeing, and honestly, we've seen a lot of drum as well, like your inshore guy talked about earlier. And it's those flat wind days can be really, really productive for certain species of sharks. And then, those south winds have their times as long as you can get in between those big wave sets. So it's been frustrating, but you guys pulled the weather report up earlier, and that's exactly what we do. Every morning we wake up and every night before we go to bed, it's weather report. And I saw when you guys were pulling it up the Monday and Tuesday, I can guarantee you exactly where I'll be, and it won't be here in the office.
Yeah,
so.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
You and me both.
That's right.
All right. So we got the surf covered on that one, and offshore. We got some fun stuff going with the offshore.
Oh my gosh, man. I had an absolute dream come true. We were talking to somebody about it today. And so offshore wise, it's the same thing. You've got to bust with the deal. We've got a guy who wants to come in from out of town. He's bringing his Everglades in. We're going to take him out. And he wants to, do AJ and stuff, and then he wants to go offshore for pelagics and big swords and marlin and yellowfin and stuff like that. And it's right now it's a pull up the tide calendars, pull up the weather gaps, pull up the winds, pull up the swells. And you got to find your gaps. You got to hit them right, and then you guys know. I mean, you can have everything planned. The morning you wake up, it looks good. You get out there, and it's not the same. Like it's just not what the report was. And it's a little bit nicer if we go out and surf fish or shark fish. But offshore wise, I definitely urge people this time of year to be very, very smart. Blaine and I own and run a 22-foot Sea Pro. We've ran it out 93 miles, catching yellowfin in it. And then, we've been out on 37-foot boats as well. Please, anyone go out this time of year who's still doing it, which is good for you, but be smart. If you need to turn around the pass, go turn around. Call me. I'll come have breakfast with you or something, but don't push your boat to the limits this time of year, because you guys covered it earlier too. That north wind, your first couple miles may look like 2 foot, but you get 30 miles out, you're going to get caught in 8-9 foot. And then when you turn back around, you start heading back in, you're hitting those waves, and you take a couple over the bow, bilge pump functions out, and you're making a scary call to the Coast Guard. So be smart there. But the offshore game is awesome. If you can find those gaps, and you can get out there anywhere from 9 to 12 miles right now. We're finding amberjack. I think this time of year is awesome for offshore fishing. Everyone has parked their boats up. It's kind of like, you guys remember when they closed the beach for COVID and then they opened it up? I mean, how you walked out there and it was just like, bang, 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 bang. We had crazy shark fishing. You guys had crazy surf fishing. It's like that now. It happens every single year. Everyone goes to watch football games. Everyone goes to deer hunt, and everyone puts their boats up for the wintertime. We keep our boat ready to go. And if you can rock and roll out there and you find those good weather gaps, you get out 8 to 12 miles, any of your snapper spots, any of your AJ spots, 80 foot of water, we'll go out there. We'll kind of throw some chum. We'll even take a bunch of live baits and chunk them out. And then you'll see amberjack and snapper rise, and we get them on poppers. We get them on stick baits. I mean, it's just like lights out because they're not pressured. They're not in
Right.
season. But if you want to go out there and have fun, and then we did, like Demo was talking about a second ago, we got very fortunate to go out and go after a billfish. We've been chasing billfish for a very long time, and we finally did it. We dropped down. We got a 265-pound swordfish a couple weeks ago, and that was just. I was talking about it with somebody, and they were messaging us, and they said, "Man, I wish I could do that." And I said, "You know what? I said the exact same thing 6 years ago. Like 6 years ago, I wrote it in a notebook. I still have the page today. It was like, I'm gonna catch a swordfish, and I want it to be over 200 pounds. And that was before I even really knew how to shark fish, and I had zero access to a boat and zero anything. So it was awesome to have that. But the swordfish bite's on fire. Wahoo bite is good. The yellowfin, if any of you big offshore guys want to go to the lumps right now, they're like giant 150, 160, 170 pound yellowfin busting on topwater poppers too. So offshore games there, just be safe with your weather guys. So
that is a big fish for topwater.
There was a 201 pound that came and hit the scales yesterday on a popper. They're blowing up on pogies. It's crazy. It's absolute nuts out there. So
that is awesome. So that's what I'm gonna have to rig up then, I guess, if I want to catch one off the pier. I'm gonna try to get one off the pier on the popper.
Load it up, man.
There with a big Halco and just start working it. See what I can do.
That's right. Well, I'm telling you, those things sound funny, but I'm sure you guys can think of 3 things off the top of your head that has happened in the last 10 years that was like, if it was said 10 years ago, someone would have laughed, like Kobe off the beach.
Right.
Or catching tarpon off the beach here, and someone's like, "Oh yeah, tarpon off the beach. Why don't you get in your boat, man?" So hey, it's only crazy until it happens, right?
Yeah,
that's true.
Well, that's good
awesome
stuff. I mean, tuna.
So catching yellowfin and stuff like that, does that yield you shark bait as well?
It depends. Actually they can be too big. So yeah, the 30, 40 like blackfin, and they're like, I mean, we get some peanut blackfin sometimes, and we try to bridle them up for marlin baits and stuff like that, but sometimes they die. So we throw them in the cooler, and those are awesome Mako baits for off the beach. That's big time. Like little candy blackfin is awesome. But we get blackfin in the 10 to 15, 20 pound range. Those head baits are like this, and that's good. You get everybody the nice tuna meat, and then you get to keep the heads, and we stuff them in the freezer. And then the yellowfin probably up to 35, 40 pounds. Once you get in the 50, 60, 70, 80 pound range, I mean, are you talking like, and it's just like, don't put a hook in that.
Yeah. So you brought up, did I hear you say Mako Bait?
Yeah.
Have you guys, I haven't seen a video yet this year, but have you guys got one yet this year?
We have not. That's part of the tough time. So we have a pretty specific pattern we've been working on for Makos, and we've got it written in the sand right now, and I'm ready to save it, but it's not quite there yet. So those gaps that we look for Makos just have not been showing up as well. And then when they do, we have a charter the night before, and we try to stay all night, and the gap closes. The guys 2 nights ago, that's why Blaine, I mentioned earlier when we were talking before the show, Blaine's down in South Florida right now. He was fishing a 2-3 day gap. I was in Disney World. I was supposed to come back, and Friday was supposed to be Mako gap for sure, high pressure, everything we look for. And then on the drive back, Blaine's like, "Hey, Mako gap closed. We're in the car. We're heading down to South Florida. Like, I'm gonna pass you on I-10, but we can't stop and like pick you up. Like, it's sorry. Like, see you when we get back." And they're going down there to hit a hammerhead window right now. So, but Mako, it's Mako season. But the whole south wind and warm 80 degrees just. But it'll get there. It'll get there. We'll get another one this winter. I promise you.
Yeah, I remember you saying about it was supposed to be soon. So, but the weather, that had me wondering with our warm weather if that was prohibiting you guys. Now that we got
they like that. I mean, they're pelagic sharks that regulate their body temperature 10 to 15 degrees higher than anything around. So the reason they're here in the wintertime off the beach is they can outperform, right? So they come around cold water sharks like your inshore guy was saying earlier. The redfish are cruising, and those Makos come in. And they say, they can pulsate their blood better, and they drive, and a redfish can't get away. It's just not going to happen. Or a stingray, or you guys have seen those devil rays in the surf. I mean, it doesn't matter. They're an apex predator, and they're here for food, but it's got to get cold. So, but like I said, I'll be on the beach Monday, Tuesday. So
there you go. Maybe I'll see you out there. That's awesome. Good deal. Well, man, it's been great having you on here. I appreciate you joining us, and we're definitely going to get you back on here again.
Of course, man. I appreciate y'all.
If folks want to, I forgot my banner here where we're at. If folks want to get up with you and book a charter and things like that, how do they contact you?
Well, the easiest way is just go to gulfcoastnation.com. That's our website. Everything's pretty much laid out there. You can go book a trip. You have all the Q&A questions, but My phone number is also a good one as well. 251-525-1344. You can call me, or any of our social media pages. I mean, I'm constantly like answering messages, Instagram, Facebook, and then YouTube as well. So anyway, if you guys just shoot us a message, go to GulfCoastNation.com. I mean, right now, the cool thing about booking in the wintertime, and I think it's one of the best times you can ever book a shark fishing trip, is we have same thing on the board over here. I've got 7 people's names written down, and I've got them in order. And it's when a weather gap comes up, I call, and then they come, and then we go. You know, it's not in the summertime. It's kind of like we book every single day, 2 times a day, and so it's just kind of like, here's your gap, have fun. You know, but this in the wintertime, we have more freedom, and also there's no one swimming in the water, and so we can fish daytime. We have this huge array to go. Here's your best 6-hour gap. Here's your best 12-hour gap, and let's go get it. So if you call me, I'll definitely take care of you guys.
Awesome.
Good stuff, buddy. It was good seeing your face. Thanks for coming on.
Yeah, good to see you guys as well.
Thanks, brother.
All right, y'all take care. Happy birthday.
Thanks, brother. See ya.
That's right. Demo's birthday. Big 4-1. Jeez.
I'm gonna start getting my AARP emails more often.
they do start coming in. Actually, I have over 40.
I
got a few.
They're sneaky.
Yeah.
All right. So I've got some fun stuff here. I can get my screen share ready.
Bring it on. Let's see what we got to talk about.
I am ready when you are.
There we go. Add to the stream, and there you go. Oh yeah,
I loved this post, and I expected a lot of hate on it. I'm not saying that I made sure I was following every comment, but being an admin, you start following comments when you see the 100s. For the most part, you know, there was pretty good on here, but one of the biggest ones that he mentioned, well, just from this picture alone, really caught my attention. As you can see, why is this past this? That's not good.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be there. But also, you know, a broken rod, if you break a rod, there are ways to get it, you know, especially a brand new rod. Talk to your tackle shop, call the manufacturer. There are a lot of warranty items. You can jump all over that one. Definitely worth having a conversation. Tim posted this one up, and I was instantly on the, you got to be kidding me. But Tim has a lot of great catches. He's always had some good stuff to report. I remember something like this happening quite a bit during the last year.
Yeah.
Well, how did we get crabs? Let's see here. This one, I'm glad that these are in order. I'm glad I didn't refresh this.
Yeah.
So the disco beads is what I'm calling them. I know they have a different name, but I'm a big fan lately of the bead over the float as of late, and that's very heavily influenced by Cliff. But with these, notice the angles. It's great light refraction. Not a bad thing to see there. And then finally, hey, who's that guy?
Yeah, look at that guy.
Hey, that guy. We're going to talk about that in a second here. All right. And then this one. So I had to go to his personal page. I don't know if he's a part of our group, but his son caught a 58-pound Jack Crevel off the backyard.
That's amazing.
That is
out of his backyard
with this.
Look at that beast.
That is not a tiny fish.
Oh, it'd be cool if it was a dock demon.
So, important part here, though.
Look at
he
that.
Is now an IGFA world record holder. It did come through. He now owns 2 IGFA world records. So, super job. Congratulations. That is a hell of a catch. That is well done. You will allow to be famous forever for that. And I mean, look at that thing versus him.
Yeah. And just look at the smile. That's what it's about right there.
Yep. Right there.
Yeah. That's awesome.
That was the big one I really wanted to show and tell on there. But the rest of the scroll, we had a lot of great posts about the top 3. Those were last week. We were talking about that one. So if you go through the scroll, where'd it go? So Phil's back.
I shot him a message when I started seeing all the salt squatch stuff come out. And I was like, man, it's so good to see you back on the social media scene. Took a little vacation, life, you know, happening and stuff. Hey, I highlighted the same one.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. That's old Perdido Blaine, one of our contributors, with his collaboration with Frisky Fins. And he's got a Perdido Blaine lure setup. Speaking of your disco beads, he's got them on, if I'm not mistaken, on those on his rigs. They're disco beaded for the same thing. For the
float on top, if I'm not mistaken. I believe it was a float top and a disco bead lower.
Yeah.
I could be mistaken, but that's a nice set that's coming out. Great collaboration between him and Frisky. Always good stuff going there. And that was pretty much the biggest ones that I saw. I didn't really have much else to go over, but yeah, if you're on Panhandle Surf Fishing, absolutely do the scrolling through. There is never anything bad with that. You've always got some good stuff going there.
Yeah.
Then I will stop my share now because
that's
how I do that. All right. Lots of fun stuff. Hey, Cliff, how you doing?
Cliff is on. I'm going to add some things. Let's see. No, I want to remove that one. I want to share. There we go here. Share screen. There we go. And we'll do the entire screen like Brian did.
I get you.
There we go. Share. All right. So there we go. We got, that's No Shave November. Here we go. Brock. I don't know if you hit up Brock Meyer over in Panama City Beach, and I get all the things start coming in. Tore up the bluefish the other day on his Ninja Dagger there. That one's the red fish got coming in. Or is that another blue? Oh, look at the red, I think. Yep, that's the red.
Yep.
But then pulled up nice bluefish. I mean, that's a nice haul for this time of year. Bluefish. I mean, Brock was on them.
Yep.
Which is good to see. I love catching bluefish. Bluefish over here too. Mr. Hansford there catching nice 20-inch bluefish, which is a big bluefish over here.
Yeah.
For us.
Yeah.
And again, Blaine's picture there. And his rigs with the faceted beads there. That's awesome. And I think it's more of for me, it's a seasonal change. In the spring and summer, I'll run floats. Fall and winter, I switch to nothing but beads. There's more clams than it is sand fleas, and that's what I'm going for. Shark catches on St. George's Island. Always a good time getting out there, getting a few. Seem to be plentiful. Another nice redfish caught here in Navarre by Matt Regan. Great fish. And this is over on Fort Pickens. Brandon Keenan. Yeah, I was like, who needs the big 80 wides and stuff to bring in? I mean, that's about your average size shark that you're going to catch on a spinning gear. Anything more than that is going to overpower, and goes back to what Dylan was talking about having the right gear. But that right there, perfect setup.
And he wasn't fighting it long, from what I remember reading about it. It wasn't a long fight. It was a nice, easy go.
No.
So he did it right.
Absolutely.
He had a good plan for it.
Yep, got it in and got it back out there. So great catch. And that's really this time of year, what you're going to be doing, is setting your expectations, right? And the fish that you're going to catch are not going to be plentiful like they are in the summertime.
Yep.
So you're going to go out there, you may catch a big black drum, maybe two, maybe a nice red fish, but that's going to be it from the beach.
Yep.
Right now, unless you want to go drop for sharks, and then the sandbar sharks are plentiful out there. You pick up a ray or something, but that's pretty much it. I mean, it's slow until we hit February, March, when it starts warming back up and we start getting back into the pompano again.
Yeah. So, keep up with the patience. It's just is what it is, but also change your game up. It's not a bad thing. What you've heard from the inshore reports, if you can get over to those inshore jetties and stuff like the canals, the creeks. I know for us, we can run over to Peg Leg Pete's. You've got those little side ones there where the boats are tied up. I throw a shrimp out there, voodoo, do some jigging. You're gonna find you'll find some trout hanging out, or maybe a red. It never hurts with that. Some live shrimp here and there, but keep on that other mentality of, if it's too cold, lethargic, right? Too hot, lethargic. These fish are gonna play the game a little bit, so don't let it frustrate you. It's going to, but try not to let it. Just remember, you're fishing, you're not at work, and you're probably having a little bit better time than you would be somewhere else. And if you get a chance, maybe get up on a charter. There are still ones going out. You heard from Dylan. Tuna, kidding me? Oh man, you would tell me we're gonna go out for tuna and not mingo, which I don't mind mingo, don't get me wrong, but I'd love to get my hands on a tuna. I would not be sad to fill my freezer with that.
Mingo's a nice sandwich. Tunas are nice steaks for the grill. You know what I mean? It's just I love catching, you catch both of them, but I'm with you. I'd rather have more tuna than I would Mingos.
So don't set those ones up, but also plan ahead too. With this being winter, start planning your trips out to go on the offshore. Plan out to go on that one and have some fun. Mark, if it's too cold to tie rigs, that's fair. True story.
Yeah.
So Mark, I'm glad tuna sushi. Oh yes. Well, Mark,
Nice.
I'm glad you commented because you got me back on track where I was going to go. There's an announcement to be made that was already announced on Facebook, but I think it's appropriate to be announced here on our show. Mr. Mike Smith of Smitty's Charters has an announcement.
Yeah. So, I'll throw it out. So, if no one's knows Mr. Burford, he makes over the bar rods and Florida surf angler rods, runs Florida Surf Tackle, and he has trusted us with Smitty Surf Fishing to be a Panhandle point of contact, if you will, for over the bar rods. So if anybody is interested in Florida surf angler rods, so if anybody's interested in demoing any of those rods, you can get with me, message me. I'll meet you on the beach. We'll throw them. For right now, all sales will go through Mark and his company. But who knows, that may change in the future, but for right now, that's the way we're going to do it. And then, but if you guys want to get out and throw them, these are magnificent rods. I'm telling you, once you get your hands on one, you throw it smooth. They, try before you buy. That's right. You can get out there, sling them a mile. If you haven't seen on the Panhandle surf fishing groups, when we had Noel Kuhn and Mark came over, that's what Noel was slinging, is those Florida surf angler rods, and impressive. We were all out there. We got to demo and throw them and stuff, and I tell you what, they are smooth, and you will definitely get your baits out there. Several different models, several different sizes, but it's awesome to have them over here on the Panhandle and to be able to market and be part of that team. So I appreciate Mark for selecting us and having us join his team.
And if you guys haven't heard yet, there will be a 10-foot rod from the over the bar coming out. I wrote a review on it just recently. I posted it up on the Our Never Ending Summers page, which will be transferring shortly after I figure out how I'm going to do this. I had the rod. I took it out. There's been one adjustment that is already going to happen to it that I was told about before, or two adjustments. The rod was perfect. I took it out just messing around one night, seeing how I could throw it, and with a spoon. Had a 2-ounce spoon on and caught a 19-inch bluefish, and it handled perfectly. I was very surprised at the fight. I didn't expect it, so that made it even more fun. But that rod really performed very well. Also caught pompano on it. I think I caught a ray on it on accident. Lots of great fish were caught on that rod while I was holding it and checking it out and beating it up. And it just performed wonderfully. So excellent 10-foot rod for you to consider. Sent it over to Perdido Blaine. Blaine had it, and I believe he enjoyed it. I won't speak for him. And I believe Jordan Gooding of G2, he has it right now. I don't know who has it next, but it'll be coming back around probably here pretty soon for anyone to want to try it. But a great rod, great setup, great build. Version 2 is phenomenal, and I think that's going to be a really good rod for the area. Yeah,
that's going to be an excellent set rod to fish with, or like you said, the casting, the slinging spoons out there. That thing slung them. I mean, that's no other way to put it. It slung those 2-ounce spoons. So
did Jack threw the over the bar?
Yeah, even Jack. Yeah. Jack, my son, he threw it out there. I mean, that's going to be a great universal all around rod, I think. Yeah. Especially after the changes that we talked about and heard about, it's just going to make it even better. So
yep, I agree. So I'm
excited. Appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you.
I had to throw that out there. It's important. I don't know why, man. To me, that's just phenomenal right there. So I'm glad we got the rods over here. If you start talking about rods and stuff, that's always fun to get into. So, all right. So running it down here. Oh, there's Blaine. There you go. Great rod. Made me feel like a 2x4 when it picked back up. It does feel strange moving from between rods with that flex. Really, really good. All right. So we've done the scroll. We've done offshore. We've done inshore. We did on the boat.
I think we're down to the wrap up. Next week we'll have Captain Bill Lipscomb from E6 Inshore. He's been on with us before. Back into the rotation. We'll have Blaine on for our surf report, and Captain Chris Florence from Say Wind Charters out of Panama City. He'll be with us. So we'll have all three captains and guides with us next week, hopefully. So we can get out there and bring you guys a report. But Dylan jumped in great doing the offshore for us as well as the surf. So that was awesome.
Yeah,
it was great to have him on here too.
It was good. I know we've been talking about it and we're trying to get him on for a while. So I'm glad that we got a chance to do that one. As always, don't forget, we have a page running here for the Panhandle Fishing Report. It's on Facebook. By all means, like, follow, share. These videos will be on there. Mike and I will be posting from time to time on other things that we catch. Who knows? It might grow a little bit more with other postings. It just depends on how fast we are with all the other fun stuff we have going on.
That's right.
And with these videos, they're going to still maintain. So keep following up on them. There's a ton of knowledge that we try to get out there. Hopefully you've got to get a little piece of a nugget or something tonight that help you out next time.
Yeah. If you guys have catches throughout the week that you want featured on the Panhandle Fishing Report, shoot them to Brian or I so we can get them loaded up. We normally do a scroll of all the local surf fishing pages, but if you got something you want to throw on there, definitely should. I caught that out of the corner of my eye when Cliff. So yeah, again, happy birthday to Demo. He doesn't look a day over 21.
Buttering me up for something. What's coming my way, bud?
Well, folks, it's been a great show. We're approaching our hour mark, so we'll go ahead and wrap it up and sign off. Don't forget, every Friday night, 7:30, we'll be here. And until next week, later.
See y'all.